Hey guys, how's it going? Arfin here. I just wanted to do a quick recap of the build that I was using in the solo self-found Blight hardcore ladder pushing with the Guardian Summoner. I was using a Guardian Summoner that was focusing on skeletons and zombies, while also having a Carrion Golem and some defensive specters for defensives, since we were playing in hardcore. And this is pretty much just to showcase how the build works in some T14 maps that I've had in the standard solo self-found league. Since we've died with this character, we ended up dying due to a crash, which was very unfortunate. Sadly, there is no clip of it either, but the build plays up fairly fast and pretty straightforward. You just summon your skeletons and they just absolutely demolish everything in their path. They have amazing clear, they have amazing single target. The only issue I've encountered with this build was the mana sustains. That's why I'm using a mana flask with the new modifier Enduring, which allows the mana to still be refilled even if it reaches full. Yeah, the build runs pretty fast, I have to admit. The single target is even better. Sadly, I wasn't able to get a Victaria's Charity Shield for the build to work even faster with the frenzy charges and all. But even though I've tried to chance it multiple times, this is actually my third character. This is the third version of the character that I was playing. I've had some unfortunate rips this league, and on all of them I've been trying to chance the shield, but no luck. So this build can definitely be better if it has like a chess piece with Maim and the Victaria's Charity Shield for some frenzy charges. I could showcase you the single target right now. It's pretty good, to say the least. Oh, okay. Apparently, this is the first map I'm doing in solo self-found standard. So the game is trying to adapt to the amount of maps that have been changed. I can't actually even see my gems. Okay, there we go. I was also able to secure top 20 as well as top 1 to 3rd in the leaderboard of the Guardian, while also racing against people that were using Ray Specters. So the build is fairly fast. I might do another showcase just to show again. The build is fairly easy to get set up. I was really lucky to get a 6-link, but the build runs smoothly in just a normal 5-link with either Maim or minion damage, depending on what kind of chess piece you got and how you can color it. The main links for us are Summon Skeletons, Feeding Frenzy, melee physical damage, melee splash for clear. You swap in Ruthless for single target if you need so. Honestly, I've done Guardians in a few seconds with melee splash equipped. There's no need for Ruthless to be swapped in. But just in case you want to trim down those 2 seconds to 1 second, hey, feel free to use Ruthless. And then the 5th link is either Maim or minion damage, depending what chess piece you have and how easy it is for you to color. Even if you can get easily 3 blues, then get minion damage. If you can easily get 3 reds, then get Maim. And then for the 6th link, either one of them that was not in previously. For a wand, I actually got pretty lucky. I got a +1 wand to minion skill gems, as well as a lot of minion damage, some attack speed and cast speed, which is whatever. Then I have a helmet with +2 socketed minion gems, a bit of strength for more life, a bit more life, some resistance, and then I've crafted on top of it +1 number of maximum raised zombies and skeletons, which increases my total amount of skeletons to 12 right now. I can potentially get 14 with some more levels onto my gem, etc, etc. I have in my helmet socketed raised zombies, Feeding Frenzy, Pulverize, and Multi-Strike. This allows my zombies to pretty much just go ham and just multi-strike the entire screen. I can actually show you in this next map how the zombies are clearing on their own. I'm not going to use any skeletons. These are just the zombies in a 4-link. They are pretty insane. And they can pretty much just spam their shockwave attack. But yeah, this is pretty much how this build plays. They're great for single targets as well as clear. I might actually just do this. Let's just do a boss kill. There you go. No zombies. I mean, no skeletons. God damn it. And yeah, this is pretty much how it works. As for auras, I'm using currently Pride Skitter bots due to the fact that they're amazing for chilling and shocking, while only reserving 30% mana for me because I have some mana reservation nodes as well as a jewel. And Fleshness Stones for defensive purposes. I then use a Carrion Golem with Multi-Strike. It is not needed necessarily. I was actually thinking about swapping in Molten Shell due to the fact that I was getting quite a bit of armor, like 8,400. That should be enough for a Val Molten Shell to help you in those sticky situations. We all know Val Molten Shell is just so amazing to have. I had a pretty amazing belt, not a Stygian belt, but you know, it's got a lot of resistances, a lot of life, some energy shield. As you can see, my energy shield is actually kind of high considering I haven't invested anything into energy shield, and that's due to the fact of the Guardian Ascendancy. I then have an Unset Ring, which is pretty shitty, but it has a lot of dex, elemental resistances, and then I could craft life, and then it gave me a bit of rarity, which helps in Solar Self-Found. I did end up putting Desecrate in here because we do need Desecrate to spawn zombies at the beginning if we log out and stuff, and then we need Desecrate to also use Flesh Offering for our zombies and skeletons. I then had a ruby ring with, again, just life, resistances, mana, yes, everything that helps. And then I crafted minions have 20% decreased movement speed, which helps my zombies run pretty fast, as you can see, as well as my skeletons. Same story with the amulet, just some energy shield, life, resist, medium movement speed crafted, and then I actually anointed Grave Intentions, which is this passive tree, right? Passive skill point right here. Gives minions some chaos resistance, some energy shield from maximum life, which is really good because that makes them die less. And the fact that I'm also giving a lot of energy shield to my minions due to the fact that I'm playing a guardian also helps a bit. So it's just another layer of defense for my minions so they don't die. And then the most important note here is minions have a 25% chance to gain Unholy Might for 4 seconds on kill, which is extra chaos damage added from physical damage. So it's great. It's absolutely great. Then just boots with movement speed, life, resistances, gloves with dexterity, life, resistances, and then minion damage crafted. A shield with life and resistances. Like I was saying before, I was gonna change this into a Victoria's shield if I had the opportunity to drop one or chance one, because then I could just shield charge into enemies and then I would generate frenzy charges. So that would make it a lot better. The enchant I have on my helmet doesn't really matter. It's just a random enchant that I got. Optimally, when we're coming back to the chest piece just has life, strength, resistances, and again, crafted maximum number of raised zombies and skeletons. Optimally, you want to have a chest piece with a dove mod that gives socketed gems have level 1 maim. So then you can drop this maim from here and use something like brutality. You can use ruthless. You can use multi-strike actually for the skeletons. Anything you want really goes. You can even put minion speed to make your skeletons go even faster, attack even faster. It's really up to you. I would probably go with minion speed or something. Or if you don't want to go with Grave Intentions, Anointed, or even on the skill tree, you can just use Brutality and that will make them deal a lot of damage, and then you can change Ruthless with Melee Splash for single target. That's about what it goes for gear and gems. Skill tree is pretty straightforward, just life, minion damage, got some aura nodes here, more minion damage, minion attack speed, more minion damage, accuracy, life. Spiritual command is actually really nice because every every point of attack speed for minions also helps me shield charge faster, which helps a lot when you're trying to race and you're trying to do maps fast, because it also, minion attack speed also affects us. I then took Enduring Bond because skeletons are actually a minion gem as well as a duration gem, which makes it really nice. And then it increases the duration of our flesh offering, so I don't have to actually use flesh offering with increased duration. But if you have the gem sockets, please do so. I took some minion damage in AoE because it also helps with the minion splash, as well as the slam attack from the zombies and the cascade from the carrion golem, which makes that full screen AoE possible from the zombies. Additional Spectre with the 21 Spectre gem allows us to have 4 Spectres. Currently using 3 Undying Evangelists, which make this proximity shield around you, and I'm also using mid shield, so they're always stacked on top of me and they use it, so I'm pretty much safe most of the time. As well as a Necromancer, or a Diabolist actually, which casts Enfeeble on enemies, which is great defensively. So they're just defensive specters. They're not dealing any damage. All right, when it comes to the Ascendancy, as I was mentioning before, I did play as a Guardian. The first few points that I took from the normal Labyrinth was Radiant Crusade, which gave me 20% to all elemental resistances, which helped a lot while progressing through the game in the beginning of the ladder, since I did not have a lot of gear, and it helped a lot with the resistances. As well as helped me and my allies have permanent onslaught as long as I had 5 allies next to me. And as you guys might know, minions do count as allies. So as long as I have zombies, specters, skeletons, or golems next to me, I do have onslaught, and so do my minions. So it is a really great offensive buff. Then into the Cruel Lab, I did take Unwavering Crusade, which further increased the steroids on my minions, gave them 30% increased damage, 15% increased attack, cast speed, and movement speed, 30% increased AoE, as well as intimidate enemies for 4 seconds on hit, which is an additional enemies take 10% increased attack damage, which is great. The AoE scales up with this additional AoE here from Fearful Force, which makes those zombie slams huge. I then took Time of Need into Merciless, which helps you because it gives you 25% reduced effect of curses on you. Helps you a bit in case you're maybe not running a Curse Flask, but in any way, shape, or form, you should probably be running a Curse Flask, especially if you're running like an Elemental Weakness map or a Temporal Chain map. And you should never have curses on you. It's bad, okay? It's bad. Even with this, it's bad. Don't do it. Then it also gives you every 5 seconds remove curses and elemental ailments from you, which is really nice in case your flask is down for the curses or the elemental ailments. So this will remove every element and every curse on you every 5 seconds, as well as it will regenerate 30% of your life over 1 second. So it is like a super life flask on steroids. Then into Uber Lab, I didn't really know what to take, so I just took whatever I was thinking at that time would be best. I did end up going with Radiant Fate because it gives me grants maximum energy shield equal to 15% of your reserved mana to you and nearby allies. And since I have most of my mana reserved, I was trying to scale mana and energy shield and have like hybrid gear and maybe get the energy shield to like 3000. But as you ended up seeing, I did not really have a lot of hybrid gear. So I only had like 900 energy shield, which was not really optimal. I would highly recommend you guys get Bastion of Hope, because then you can get 50% chance to block attack damage for 2 seconds every 5 seconds if you've blocked it in the past 10 seconds. And then you and your nearby allies also cannot be stunned, which is amazing. And you also get like a 10% chance to block spell damage, which is additional defense. So I would highly recommend getting Bastion of Hope if you do end up getting the Uber Labyrinth. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'm gonna link the path of building into the description below, but it's just life, minion damage, minion utility, more life, and the jewel sockets. I am using a Conqueror's efficiency due to the reduced mana reservation. Like I said, I do need to use this, otherwise I won't be able to cast my skeletons because they cost 49 mana per use, and I currently only have 44 without the jewels. So yeah, optimally you probably want to have a helmet with reduced mana reservation crafted, but since I was playing solo self-found, I didn't really have the materials required. But yeah, that's pretty much it. When it comes to flask, I have just a seeding divine flask, life flask of heat for freeze immunity and removal, a quartz flask with reduced charges used as well as remove curse, helps when you're trying to just shield charge around in packs. It's good to have phasing so you don't get stuck in packs and stuff, and also helps a lot in delve when you're trying to get into the darkness. You don't want to get stuck in those little spiders and die. I then have a quicksilver of adrenaline. I couldn't get a chemist. You optimally want to have a chemist so that your quicksilver is even more optimal. It gives you more speed. I then had a granite with remove bleed, and then I had an enduring sanctified mana flask of grounding for that permanent mana uptime as well as shock immunity uptime. So overall, the character was very defensive and very fast, honestly, and very strong against anything. Like I've mentioned, I've killed Guardians, I've killed Shaper with this. I was actually racing. I think when I died at rank 2 Guardian. That was very unfortunate. Died to a monolith crash. My entire computer just decided to just die. It's sad because I was also streaming, so technically there is no clip due to the fact that my entire PC died and my stream crashed as well. But yeah, I think that's about it. One last thing is that I'm using Flame Dash for just to, be able to dash over tough places. Like ledges, etc., etc. And then I'm using a shield charge, 45 faster attack, just to have the faster shield charge as well as the fortify whenever I hit an enemy. So you pretty much just want to shield charge, spam skeleton, shield charge, spam skeletons, so on and so forth. And it's fairly fast. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this was a good update. This is a very good build. I've decided that it should get into a video, so I hope you guys appreciate it. And if you have any questions on how to improve this is by far a finished build. It is not a finished build, but it was in such a condition that it was definitely able to clear all the content in the game. So thank you guys so much for watching, and hope you guys enjoyed this. So thank you, bye.